All right. Hello, Cindy. So let's talk about two things. Let's talk about attendance, and let's also talk about grades. The attendance is just in case you needed a reminder or refresher. Might as well throw it in here, right? Okay. So starting with like your main splash screen in Infinite Campus, you're going to want to do one of two things to take attendance. You can either click this like little person icon over to the left, and it'll pop up your side panel. It will give you a small picture of the student, which I know helps me personally, and then you can just enter it in as you see. Okay, and that's just your attendance from this morning. The other alternative is that if you click into the section, you should be able to take attendance using this button right here. It pops up the same exact side panel, so it doesn't really matter from which side you do it. Just make sure you hit save at the bottom when you're done to save your attendance. In terms of grades, it's from the same screen. So you want to come over here to where it says grades. And just reviewing some of the things we talked about this morning. The big thing really is you want to hit this add button. If you hit the settings, that's where you can turn the Spark graph on and off. I would also turn the save alert on because it's always good to know if you actually saved your work and stuff. I know for me it's very easy to have left the page without doing it because I've done it many times. All right, so to add an assignment, you want to go here to add. It will pop up this side panel. Anything with the red star is something that you have to put. A lot of the stuff is not required for every assignment, but it's your option if you want to do it. It just adds a little more time. Um, so make sure you name your assignment first. Again, you can skip the summary. You can skip all this stuff on the left-hand side. But over here, you want to make sure it's visible to class. It's going to default to on. Start date, end date. Now, the end dates are more important of the two. Often I just leave these dates the same, but if you want to be extremely accurate, you could type in like when you assigned it versus when you got the assignment back. Like I said, for me, I just put in the end date to be the same date. It seems to work just fine doing that. Uh, all assigned is by default, but you can assign students individuals. Just don't really need to. I always keep this on score save unless you're getting way ahead and you kind of want to delay your release of grades, and you can use this feature. I just did on save. You should also know when you save a score, it automatically notifies all the students and their parents using the system. And so like when you do create an assignment and you hit save for that final time, it's going to kick a notification that a grade has been updated, and they'll probably come and check it out right away. The the abbreviation is derived from your assignment. It does have some intelligence, so if you name an assignment 1, notice abbreviated A1, but I believe you get 5 characters. Yeah, you get 5 characters, which you can name it. So if you want to be funny, you can do something like that, or however you want to title it. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what the sequence actually does. I think it orders things, but I just don't know. I've never really been able to figure that one out. Category is always going to be mastery score. Body of evidence is just a non-graded category in case you wanted to report something that happened in class but not actually counted for the score. Let's say kind of like a quiz retake, or I don't know, just something that you want to report something to the grade, but not have it calculate. You will pick body of evidence. Otherwise, please leave it as mastery. Workplace readiness is one of our two categories. Semester grade is really kind of where you want to make sure it is. Semester grade calculates the academic score. Workplace readiness calculates their behavioral score or their executive functioning score. And so when you're typing in your score, just make sure you're picking the right one. Points, again, that's kind of up to you how you want to do that. Just be mindful of like the scaling and the gradebook math that takes place. And again, I think you know what you're talking. I'm talking. I think I know what you're talking. Excuse me. I think you know what I'm talking about. But if you need any help, kind of like looking at your gradebook, again, more than happy to help you with that task. You don't really have to do anything here. You don't have to do anything here, but you want to make sure you're hitting this save right here. Even if you hit this one, save and add sections, I think both buttons actually pop up because it knows you have multiple sections. It'll pop up to see if you want to copy it over. If you just click this, this is what it looks like, and you can just click the ones that you add. And again, click OK. The big blue button is kind of like the final save button in most cases. Just make sure you hit that. Right? If you want to bounce back and forth and like see their grade, semester grade up here in this main screen. Semester grade will take you to their academic grade. It looks like there's some stuff inputted here. It looks like the pair one has not been entered. That's still set to do. And that's one I just created. So let me delete it. If you click on it, you have the option to edit it, and that also includes delete. And again, it will delete for all sections. All right, so we'll just close that one up and see how it disappeared. If you pop open this grade totals tab, it will show you kind of their running grade for the semester and what the grade is that you will post. If you notice, this post button is actually an active link. Please do not hit that. That's only for our gradebook, interim gradebook uploads. Just a couple times a semester, it'll post it, and that's an official score that's sent home to parents. Parents at any time can log on to the system and see the grade kind of as it changes over time. But when we go to post grades, and that will be announced IPR, interim progress report times, that's when you'll want to hit that post. Okay. Now, when you do make changes, like over here, I'm going to type in a 44 for this girl. Notice that the save button is now red, indicating that the gradebook is not currently saved. So you want to make sure you hit save before you do that. Okay, and I'm going to change that back to a no score and hit save again. That way that girl did not get her, oh, and I know that student. So yeah. Anyway, so that's how you're going to enter grades in terms of day-to-day. Just as a reminder, every 2 weeks is what we're asking. Every couple weeks, please update your grades. That just helps the parents kind of see where their kids are, without having to make a lot of contacts home. Okay. And so like, that's how you enter attendance. That's how you enter grades, at least the basic ways. The big thing I know that confused me right off the bat was this little thing right up here. Semester grade, workplace readiness, these are all what they call environments. And so like, if you want to enter in something specific or upload grades, you have to be in the right environment. And just to review, semester grade academic, workplace readiness is going to be their behavior and executive functioning skills. So this is where you can like make comments or give them grades about like their class behavior. Even cell phones can go in here. I don't know if I talked about it in detail when we were just talked a moment ago, but essentially, you want to take a body of evidence. So you said, well, do I have to do this every day? No, absolutely not. I basically took a workplace readiness grade once a week, and I just did it like consistently every Friday. And I based it on their week. And so it doesn't have to be like hardly data driven. Like, so you don't have to say like, well, I documented all these things about this student and that's why they got a 3. It can be impressionistic because the grade itself is also impressionistic. Remember, we're grading their behavior in this category, workplace readiness. And so you can definitely, you can grade them based on like what you experienced with them this week. You can use harder data if you want. Like there are teachers who kind of give students a survey every week and they base their grades on that. It's kind of your oyster in terms of how you want to collect this particular grade, the workplace readiness. We just ask that you update it again roughly every week. I mean, clearly the workplace readiness isn't as important in reporting as the academic grade, but again, like the ask is, once every week or so for workplace readiness, once every week or so, every couple weeks, couple weeks or so for workplace readiness, every couple weeks or so for their main grade, and that's the school ask. Okay, hope all that made sense. If not, we'll talk some more, and I'll try to straighten it up. All right, have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.